Happy Player of the Month SBC Day. I'm your boy Slater, daily content review in 2 minutes and 20 seconds or less. We'll do another one of these when the actual ones to watch content drops today. But first, I want to do a lengthier review. I post these reviews every single day on Twitter and YouTube in 2 minutes and 20 seconds or less. But today on YouTube, I'm going to go a little bit deeper into these two cards. Marcus Rashford's Player of the Month for the Premier League and Kim Min-Jae's for the Serie A, and explain to you what I think in terms of their value and maybe a good time to complete them, stuff like that. So first, we have Kim Min-Jae. I'm going to start with him. I think Kim Min-Jae is the best value of the two, personally. He's an 83 overall and an 85 overall. I do think an 85 overall is high. I would way rather have that be an 84, personally. And the packs back are very whatever, right? A gold pack back is irrelevant, and a small gold player pack. It's a decent pack, don't get me wrong, comparative to what you think it is, but it's just not a great pack when you look at it on paper. But what I will say is when you go over to Kim Min-Jae and you check out his stats, he did get a decent boost. Now, only one pace is not ideal, but 81 pace this early in the game is plenty. I really think plenty for a long time. The big boost that you guys got a +5 in passing, which is very valuable, especially because the press is so meta this year. People are really spamming the press in this game. So him being a little bit better at getting the ball and distributing it out of a press is fantastic. You got 4 overall defending boost, which is great. 5 dribbling, once again, helping with that press, gathering the ball and moving it out is fantastic. And then 1 more physical. And if we deep dive into the statistics here, he gets the biggest things. Obviously, it's a 4 down in defending, but that dribbling stat boost is crazy. I think that's so worth it when you look at the card itself. That's a massive differentiator. And we realized last year, I think, how important dribbling was, even for our center backs. Especially because fullbacks were no longer meta in those positions. So center backs need to have good dribbling to be good defenders in this game and to allow you to break out of presses and relax the press that's on you and the pressure on your team. So I personally think that this Kim Min-Jae card is really good. Also, the rumor right now is that the lengthy run style, and I'm not quite sure, is potentially meta and could be really valuable for him, especially on like these lob through balls that are really powerful right now, or on these long runs, that he's going to be able to potentially really catch up to these attackers over time, which is great. So what I will say is, and I'm going to say this about Rashford too, you're going to have the ones to watch promo dropping, right? And you're going to have people spending FIFA points, opening packs, and with that should be a drop in the price of fodder. It's already really low. In fact, in a lot of ways, it probably can't get that much lower. But if people are spamming packs, you might be able to sit there and snipe some guys for really, really cheap. As people are just spamming the market with all these players they're packing, trying to rinse through packs for the first promo of the year. So I think there's a chance that this guy gets more down into the 40s in terms of his overall cost based on what you see right now. Let's pop back over to Marcus Rashford. We have, he's a striker. Now his base card has the ability to be a striker too. There's a couple things about this card that are unique in terms of from the base. So his base card, for example, I believe has a different work rates. Let me go double check on this. Let's see. Let's click on Marcus Rashford's base card. He's medium low on his base, right? And on this card, he's high low. And that is actually a valuable statistical change. Like I don't notice work rates as much as some other people. Some people like only use certain players with certain work rates. I'm not that type of player, but what I will say is that high low is definitely more valuable in terms of he should be making those runs on a more consistent basis to potentially get in behind on net. 5-star skills, 3-star weak foot. Weak foot's not ideal, but the 5-star skills is very nice. Although skills aren't as meta as I think people maybe had hoped they would be. I personally don't use a lot of skills, and I'm having a lot of success in the game currently. But great pace splits, decent shooting, really nice shot power, okay passing, solid dribbling, low, like the balance and composures, whatever. And then there's his physical and defending stats. He's got the flare, long shot, power kick, and speed dribbler. And when you look into his card and the cost, it's an 84 rated squad for a small Electrum player pack, an 85 rated squad for a jumbo gold pack, which actually is a decent pack. That could have some value back in it. And then a rare gold pack, which is a 25k pack for an 86 overall team. Now, granted, this 25k pack I think is the worst of the two between the premium gold player pack. But if you're looking at the comparative value here, you know, there's a good 20k, 25k, probably 35k back in pack value. Not necessarily that you're going to get that back, but that's what's basically knocked off the price here if you think of it that way. So let's go jump over to Marcus Rashford. He's got controlled running style, 5-star, 3-star right. He's got that boost in the high-low. But let's actually go check out the in-depth stats comparatively from his base card. So he didn't get that big of a boost, I think, when you look at the boost that Kim Min-Jae got. Right? The physical stats that are valuable, the 6 overall upgrades, are just not a huge deal when you're really thinking about an attacker. They are valuable, don't get me wrong. But they're not like, oh my God, Marcus Rashford got a 6 overall physical boost. Now I need that card, right? You're really looking for him to get the passing, the shooting, and the dribbling boost. with that, he's got about 2 overall everywhere, and then 3s and 4s in the passing, which is valuable, which is very valuable. Once again, the way that I see it is there's so many cards in this game that are really cheap right now. And I think gonna get cheaper with this one to watch from. I mean, there's like legitimate hero cards that look fantastic that are in the 100K range. And that's where I look at Rashford and I think to myself, okay, I don't know if he's really worth that price. I really don't. I think a lot of people will do this, and maybe for you, you don't have the coins, but you have the fodder, and that's where this conversation gets a little trickier, right? If you're like, I have no coins, but I have a ton of fodder in my club, and I want to do an SBC like this, I would just once again say, wait till the one to watch promo comes out. You're going to get player SBCs, and then see if there's something you want to do comparatively. But if you do want to do this, I'm not going to tell you not to. I just think that you should go ahead and at least explore, and I'll even show you really quick. That there's just a lot of really, really great value cards in this game right now. The market is the cheapest like I've ever seen it this early in a game, where you could go ahead and for 130K, let me go pump this up here. And I honestly think, once again, a lot of these cards are going to go down in price. For 130 some odd K, you could test out like a Cahill, Melito, Moistevoy. You could try Lundberg or Solskjaer, which are, you know, standard cards, nothing too crazy. But they're at least something that you could test out and maybe see if they're better than a Marcus Rashford. And then they're tradable, right? So if you have the coins, and you could potentially go back and sell some of these cards. And I think if you get just over this price barrier, like to the 160 range, you really start to see a lot of different heroes. If I remember correctly, at least yesterday, Dirk Kuyt was available at this price, as was Landon Donovan. So yeah, there's Landon Donovan available right there. We'll see if maybe Dirk Kuyt is available, who looks like a really great card. Let me see. Oh no, his price has gone up, I guess, at the end of the day. So just look around. That's all I'm going to say. So there's your content review. If you enjoy these videos, they help you out, help you at all, hit that like button, and sub if you're new to the YouTube channel. We'll catch you for like the full content ones to watch review a little bit later today. Until then, I will smell you a little bit later. Peace.